Hello everyone, my name is Samantha Costa and here's my presentation for Education 301, Parent Participation Strategies. Beginning off, I'm going to define family funds of knowledge. This refers to the accumulated knowledge that exists at home so teachers can reflect on this knowledge and apply it to improve their classroom environment for each student. Essentially, it builds on students' experience of who they are and where they come from, such as family and culture, which is super important. It also helps draw connections to their life into the classroom. Essentially, family funds of knowledge allows culture to guide the curriculum within the classroom. Discussing of the cultural and linguistic networks as well as the family funds of knowledge, also known as FOF, both are intended to be bounced off of the curriculum. Cultural and linguistic networks, aka which can also be referred to cultural relevant teaching, discusses and exposes students to different types of culture, increasing the curiosity and the interest, which in turn increases their student listening too. Some things that they can discuss would be traditions, language, food of these different cultures that they are becoming more aware of. Goals of having cultural and linguistic networks within the classroom would be for academic achievement, cultural consciousness, social political consciousness too. This way, they're learning more of their background, including the positive and negative history, and they're also learning to know more personal background that relates to the social political pictures. In culturally relevant classrooms, teachers validate student experiences, leading for students to feel more connected to their classes and peers. The teachers also learn more about their students in turn, which helps them be more successful in their teaching and helps the students learn better. Another thing is, in these culturally relevant classes, teachers are aware of the diversity in class. They don't not see color, they are to see the differences in these teachers and these students so they can help guide what they need. It helps encompass all considerations of the student's life. An example would be sharing the family tree that helps honor ancestry, that presents culture and an evolutionary perspective, and can help students gain new awarenesses, being a contributor to society. This leads for these students to become more self-aware of their individualism and to their roots, building ownership and a sense of belonging in the classroom and outside of the classroom with their families. Another example is having these students use their own cultural backgrounds to connect in class curriculum to illuminate the relevance of the student's background in history, which helps them motivate and evolve interpersonal and academic ties to the students. Building on top of the cultural and linguistic aspects, funds of knowledge bridges all students and backgrounds in the classroom, making this class inclusive and comfortable, as well as inviting for not just the students, but for the parents too. Some of these funds can include assets, abilities, and ways of interacting that have accumulated over time. An example of having funds of knowledge in the classroom would be something mentioned in the video, such as a memoir or journal. So these children can encapsulate their memories in their life from home and expresses them into the school setting. This helps build confidence and self-identity for the student, and also builds on funds of knowledge for the teacher to better approach the student and learn what they can incorporate to make the learning engaging for that one specific student. Another example would be having students interview other students about their cultural beliefs in life growing up, so that way they can learn another perspective that might be either similar to theirs or different. This way it helps bring awareness to what makes the thinking and beliefs in students different. And in other situations, some find differences even in a culture similar to their own, presenting of ideas how family living can be impactful to learning and to just essentially one's upcoming. This activity takes advantage of connecting cultures to different forms of literature, and so this way students can explore creating connections with text and as with life through these thinking processes that develop. Building on top of these new knowledges, I think some parent participation strategies that can include families in the learning experience would be bringing them to interview them about their life, including the hardships that they may have experienced. That way, this can motivate other children wanting to bring their parents in to share their lives, and essentially we're all building up one big idea. This helps spread awareness to culture of the students that can be misinterpreted or even knowledge that you just don't know about yet. Another example would be having consistent and routine parent volunteers that assist in class prep and during class routine rotations. So parents feel included in the class structure and the content too. It helps cultivate a strong communication channel between parent and teacher, and it helps makes the parent feel comfortable knowing what's going on in the class and what their students are learning. Their presence in school also emphasizes to their child that school is important too because of their involvement, which will only motivate these children to learn more and become more excited. Another parent inclusion strategy could be inviting parents to share a cultural holiday that other students may not know about during an organized cultural heritage week in class, as an example. And this could encourage the use of native languages to reinforce translanguaging. This continues to spread cultural awareness and creates a welcoming atmosphere for low-income and BIPOC students that don't require too much to bring in. All they need is their life and their stories and an open ear for everyone to talk to. This also creates opportunities for collaborative translation with the parent's child and other students and families. So these families that may be feeling alone transitioning into school can find other families to pair up with and hopefully just make the school experience for them and their child much better. This inclusion of translanguaging also supports the literacy outcomes and engagement as students become exposed and explore connections between language and culture. Thank you for listening, and yeah.